What's up? Is it only Tuesday? Yeah, it's only Tuesday. Wow. Alright, I just am loading into Akron because the sim already crashed once. Always a good time. I think it's because I just installed the scenery for Akron. There's only one, and there are a lot of gates to load in at, but this plane only boards from the rear door, so maybe this is a bad option too. So I'm over here there are only small parking spots, small gates, and which is probably what I should have chosen, and small GA parking spots, and I picked probably the worst one of them all. That's okay. We'll do a little off-roading, I guess. Hey Matt, hey Liam, hey Trip, hey Dave. What's up, Mike, Delta, Josh? Morning from Australia, nice. Good evening from Los Angeles. Hey Elaine, Cyber. Here's the, I guess part of the scenery is an under construction area at the Akron airport. CAC. The CAC. I've been watching Battlestar Galactica. Actually, I haven't watched it for like a week. I've been slacking, but isn't the CAC one of the, isn't that like, is that a military related thing? Or was it the CAG? I forget. Oh, it's a very floaty Boeing sign. Just checking out the new scenery. I just grabbed it real quick. Just so we have something custom. Common access card. Oh, the IDs. Hey, Stim. Happy Tuesday, newbie. And we got a Goodyear. Is this like a... Is this related? I assume it's for tires, but... For aircraft, but part of me wants to wish that it's something related to the Goodyear blimp. Alright, I'm all the way over here. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna take me a while to get this thing started up, probably. I practiced a little bit yesterday. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And the reason I'm in this is mainly because... First of all, I know that people love this thing, so... I think I flew it once or twice, probably a couple months back. And I flew the short version, but... I'm in kind of a desperate situation with my OnAir Company airline. And I basically have like 10,000 credits, dollars, to my name. Mainly because if you leave it unattended too long, parking fees, crew quarter fees... rental fees, lease fees, they all just add up. And if you're not on top of it, it can just drain your account. So that happened to me over time. And if you have industries, you have any base camps you've built, factories, stuff like that, it really just eats away at your capital. So I have been losing money by flying the Comanche. I noticed that at the end of Sunday's impromptu on-air stream. And yeah, I don't really keep a good look on my finances, as you might imagine, given how many things I just buy randomly from the marketplace with no thought. So yeah, that's affected my on-air company balance. So one of the solutions to that, besides deleting your whole company, is to start doing freelance routes. There's two different ways. One way is from the logistics center where you search for jobs. I've done that a bunch in the past. The other way is by going here to freelance routes. There's this regular routes dashboard. And instead of custom company routes, there's this freelance pilot section. So I can go through here, and I've already accepted one, but it gives you a list of airliners, countries. You can put in criteria for like how many legs you want, how long, like the distance for each leg and all that, and hit generate route based on the aircraft you have loaded, and it'll find you a somewhat realistic route for your plane type. Mostly for airliners, though I do think it can it can do some smaller plane routes as well. But yeah, I'll probably use that more in the future. It's a little easier to use than the normal freelance route finder. So the one I picked for me for today, we'll see if we do 2 routes. Maybe we'll just do 1, because I know this the ATR is not the fastest plane, but it's taking us from Akron to Reagan. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll learn a bit about the ATR, and yeah, I'll earn a little bit of money. So the nice thing about freelancing in OnAir Company, this isn't much, 2,600 credits per flight. But what's nice is you don't have to rent anything. You don't have to pay for fuel. You don't pay for any landing fees, crew quarter, like rest fees. None of the fees apply. This is pure profit. You don't have to own the plane or rent it or anything like that. So that's something that's nice and flexible about OnAir Company is the freelance routes. Oh, the CAG is a Navy position on a boat. Oh, that's probably what it is in referred to in Battlestar Galactica as well. One of the positions on the ship. Like notify the CAG or something like that. They may house one of their blimps. Oh, their blimps in Akron. Hope so. I did get to see the blimp once. I think it was in Santa Monica briefly, and we drove down there to see it. But we were late, fashionably late. And we saw it flying away as we got there. And then it's been down that way a bit. Is there a flight plan that can be loaded in SimBrief? Not yet. I'm going to go ahead and generate it soon, though. I'll share it with you guys. Commander Air Group. That could be it, yeah. I know I think a lot of the stuff in Battlestar Galactica is very military related, but yeah, I'm not a military person, so I'm not as familiar. In the tube liner, yeah, we'll see how it goes. What's up, Sierra? Yo. All right, let's go ahead and get this not quite started yet. I'm just going to go to OnAir Company, and we'll do the SimBrief route first. So I'm going to go and prep the flight right here with a little plane button. Akron to Reagan. And it's at the top of the screen. CAC to DCA. Looks like we're taking 47 passengers, 4,600 pounds of cargo. And the plane type designator, AT76. So I got that in up here. We're going to do SimBrief. Best shortcut. I love that button. It's the coolest thing ever. ATR 72-600 is selected. Choose IFR. CAC to DCA looks right. AAL. We're pretending to be FedEx. Is it FDX? Yeah, it's FDX, and it shows 9954. And then we have our registration number here. Let's see what the one in OnAir Company is assigned. 6239 Mike. Okay, it did fill that in as well. That's what the export. Yes, yeah. That's what export to SimBrief button does for sure. So yeah, there are 2 buttons here. If you guys use OnAir Company, they're super useful. So if you put in where it says SimBrief aircraft type, you put in the 4-letter code of the plane. So of the plane type designator. So here, if you go to SimBrief, you can find that just by looking at the start of this list. So if you find your plane in here, that 4-letter code at the beginning, looks like some of them are 3 letters. So like C310, for example, for the 310R, find that code, AT76. Of course, the puppy knows I hit the stream button, so she's getting active in the background. Sorry about that. And then you just put that 4-letter, or I guess sometimes 3-letter designator code here. And then when you click SimBrief Dispatch, it will open up SimBrief in your web browser. It'll automatically put in the departure, arrival, choose the plane type, and put in all of the optional entries here for payload. So your number of passengers, your freight, and then SimBrief automatically gives you a recommended route. So then all you have to do, if all that looks good, is just hit generate flight. Then the second part is, once it generates the flight, you can go back into OnAir Company. And the second button, you put in your SimBrief alias, your username. The second button, import SimBrief data, that will pull in the route and all of the data. So your fuel requirements and your payload. Actually, really just the fuel, because it knows the payload already. And when that's done, you can see it's automatically set my required fuel here. So it set us to 37.94%, 638 gallons. So all I have to do now is hit validate fuel and payload, and it also puts in the destination in the bottom right and your alternate. So it picks everything for you. It's the best thing ever. You just need to make sure you have all of the cargo checked on the left as usual for the job you're flying, and then you can hit validate fuel and payload at the bottom, and then that'll get it going. Uh-oh, this says UTC automatically set. Oh no. Uh-oh. I hope this isn't flying at nighttime. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I hope this isn't at nighttime. I don't really want a nighttime mission. If I hit fly now, let's see. Please no nighttime. Please no nighttime. I guess I'll have to hit start tracking first. What time? Sim time 1:16 Zulu. I think that's 2 p.m. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. Oh no, are we flying at nighttime? Not really sure. I guess we'll find out in a second. I might have to redo this route then. Or I might just have to fly at nighttime. I don't know. Yeah, it tells me the time. It's just in Zulu. What is the current Zulu time? Is 1:43? So it looks like it's doing real time, so that'll be nighttime on the East Coast. Yeah, it says sim auto set due. The due time is 1:16, so that's like a half hour ago in real time. It's tomorrow at 1:16. Do you guys think that's crappy? Should I redo it so we get a daytime flight? Or should we fly at nighttime? It's probably a bad idea for the first flight, the ATR. Any opinions either way? Yeah, I guess when you do, I guess this is one downside of doing the freelance pilot section and not just a simple freelance job. 8 hours behind Zulu. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to do subtraction right now. I'm so lazy. Always cool with night. Oh, man. I mean, nighttime looks cool. Uncheck auto set. No, so what auto set does is means it's able to set it for you in the simulator, but you can't escape the requirement, unfortunately. And Sierra always prefers day. Let me see if I can find a freelance one that goes between those two airports. If I do that, if we do it here, not a scheduled flight, and I just do here search freelance jobs, maybe we can find one from Akron or to Reagan. Maybe we'll just change our destination. We'll start here at Akron because that's the beauty of freelance in general. Especially this freelance job section here, it'll look at your plane and your location and give you a list of jobs that are applicable. So we don't have to reload in or anything. Yeah, I usually like daytime as well. Okay, so now I can filter for one leg and filter by pay per distance maybe. One's going to Denver. I also don't want to do anything. I think I'll do like 200 miles maybe. 178 or 200 miles. All right. So it looks like this is probably the best option. Oh, this is going into Canada. No way. I don't really want to go to Canada either. No offense, Canada. 400 miles. That seems pretty far for the ATR. I feel like that's going to be like a 2+ hour flight. And these are rescue missions. It's not giving us many good options. Oh, here we go. We got one to Reno. Okay, maybe... Oh, no, that's 400. Oh, that's too much. I think this one might be the good one. No offense taken to A. CY... Yeah, maybe we'll just go to Comox, or... I guess it's Comox. So here we got 268 miles. Yeah, I know this thing is kind of a boat, so... And this is... I guess it's better to fly to Canada than flying at nighttime. All right, I'm going to switch it up. CYQQ, it looks like, will be our destination. All right, let's see. Yep, this is it again. Okay, all cargo, all passengers. We'll do a new sim brief. CYQQ, update our departure time. ATR 72600, IFR, 29 passengers, 412 pounds, even a much lighter route, or much lighter payload here. And then we just have 2 VORs for our route. Cool. All right, generate flight. Climbs at 170 knots. Yeah, I noticed that when you do it automatically, when you let the speed be managed automatically by the FMS, that, yeah, it does 170 for the climb, I guess. I have to learn everything about this. I did do a flight last night, though. I was up till like 2:30 in the morning. Way too late, trying to learn a little bit about it. Okay, let's import it again. All right, CYQQ and validate fuel and payload. And now, because it's not a scheduled freelance flight, we can go ahead and choose our offset. So I'll just do minus 10 hours. We'll get like sunrise-ish. Can I do minus 12? Departure local time. There's 7 minus 10 hours. Alrighty, there we go. Are we changing from... No, we're still doing Akron. You are already in flight. Oh no, I have to... No flight tracking in progress. Alright, let's go cancel the current one. Like 90% of Flight Simulator is clicking buttons, so... Alright, abort flight. See, I only have 10,000 in cash. I'm so bad. To abandon all these other jobs I took over the last few days. All right, resume your flight. Started at KMWH. Wait, did I? What the? Huh? That's not where we are. Good catch, Josh. This is why I pay you. Magnar can help with the ATR since he's an ATR captain. I might have seen some of those videos. I think was it Simhanger? I watched a couple of videos like a couple months back when I flew it the first time. I definitely hit up the YouTube myself very often. Yeah, why did it choose KMWH? That's super weird. It looks like we have to abandon that one again. So far, very smooth. You haven't found me in Akron. Oh, I have multiplayer off. Oh my god, I'm messing up everything. I turned multiplayer off. It's at one point. It's not, oh, at lunch today. I got on at lunch today to do about 30 minutes of testing something and turned it off. Yeah, so I'll share it once I got it. I have to change a bunch of things now. All right, all players live. Let's try this again. I think I'll go to a gate this time, even though we can't load from the jetway or anything like that. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to set up in general, as you guys know. Yeah, I don't know why I picked MWH. I did. I think I loaded in there with a freelance route last night, so it was stuck somehow. And I do have FSHud loaded for ATC. We'll see if I get overwhelmed with the checklist of the ATR or not. Live weather. Yep, I always turn on live weather, and then I just change time of day. All right, there we go. So this, we're just taking up the gate. All right, there we go. I'm here. The shenanigans are in full effect. Dave just touched the pavement real quick just to check it out. Okay, let's try this again. Freelance. Oh, I hit the wrong button. This is user error. The top button is search for new ones. The bottom one is based on the last freelance flight. So I think I clicked the wrong button. Oh, your old base HG? Nice. I definitely picked it in your honor. Akron to CYQQ would be epic in the ATR since I think it exceeds... Hopefully it doesn't exceed the range. It was only like... Wasn't it like 260 miles or something like that? Oh, from Akron. Yeah, that makes sense. It wouldn't be all the way there. Yeah, that was based off the previous place I was. So yeah, actually we won't be flying to CYQQ. Yeah. All right, so everything is changing, I guess. We're starting at Akron still, so now I have to repick a new flight here. All right, let's see if we have any good options this time. 184 miles. Oh no, right back to where we came from? No way. 141 miles. All right, maybe we'll have to do a couple shorter flights. That's probably for the best anyway. K-Day. James M. Cox, Dayton International. So this would be a pretty short flight, but that's probably for the best. I can go through the phases of the flight. Yeah, that's pretty far. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just turned around because, yeah, it didn't give us jobs based on Akron as a departure. Okay, so we got... What else is an option here? These are sightseeing. Don't want to do that. And don't want to do a road rescue mission in the ATR. That doesn't seem appropriate for the plane. Unless it's the world's biggest road. 381 miles seems too far. Yeah, I think we'll do this one. 141 miles to K-Day. So we'll go to Dayton. All right. All cargo and passengers. 26 passengers. 495 pounds of cargo. It just says cargo delivery. All right. Let's try this again. What's up, Chase? I've been lurking. I joined the Discord. Awesome. Thanks, man. Hope you're enjoying it. You'll be in the flight today. Awesome. Thanks for joining, man. Glad to have you on the stream. Delta says, I can inspect the bottom of your plane because you installed scenery for this airport. You're 20 feet up in the air. I knew that was going to happen as soon as I did it, but... Delta, don't you own every scenery in the sim? Come on. How is that possible? Hey, dude, what's up? Hey, Kilgore. All right, let's generate the flight again. IFR. All right. Still a pretty, this is a pretty short route, so... yeah, we'll see how this goes. This is freeware. This one was like $12.99. I think it was the only one available in the marketplace. You know me, I'm a marketplace enjoyer. All right, 22,000 feet. And let's check our new call sign. 7050 Charlie. 705 November 7050 Charlie. I'm changing that so it's right at the top. And if I use FSHud, I think I will. I want it to be accurate in FSHud as well. Maybe I should give myself a FedEx flight number. Like all the pros do it. I'm just pretending to be an airline pilot. We'll just go FedEx 7050 to match the call sign, match the tail number. Not realistic, but we'll do it anyway. And I wish you guys could see the FSHud UI. It's pretty minimal, but it like floats on top of your sim. So it's hovering right around this area for me as a floating window that you can kind of minimize. So it's pretty nice. ATR was a crazy good deal for $10. I think I paid $10 as well. I thought it was on sale like the first week, but I think Delta informed me on one of the other streams that it's for people who have the Deluxe or Deluxe Premium Edition. You get a discount on Microsoft planes. So remember, those of us with add-ons, Linker have to install before starting the sim. Well, actually, when you install scenery in the marketplace and then you try to load in, like what happened to me 2 minutes before I started the stream, it crashes the sim. You have to restart it anyway. Nice Juice Goose. Oh, Delta is actually here inspecting the plane. Thanks so much. He's actually doing a physical inspection. Very nice. That's service. That's the service you get as couch captains. Appreciate that. That's just next level service. All right, let's import it into SimBrief. So we got Dayton as our first destination, 141 miles. We'll see if it takes me 2 hours to get off the ground. It's happened before. All right, validate fuel and payload. Minus 10 hours should be more than enough to be daytime. All right, and then the fuel was not set, so we'll do that manually. So yeah, if you guys haven't used OnAir, this tracking conditions here, these are all the things we have to satisfy before it'll let us start the flight in OnAir Company. Everything with a checkbox or with auto set, those are things that are either already set correctly, like the model and our damage and no unlimited fuel and rules like that. And then the fuel one, it's not able to set it automatically through the sim. OnAir Company isn't able to do that for this plane specifically, so I have to make sure the fuel is set myself. All right, let's go over here and get the ground power on. And I believe I have to go up here to the overhead and turn it on here. I think I have to turn battery on first, actually, and then external power can come on. There we go. All right, control 3 for the EFB. All right, we're gonna go to flight plan, import it from SimBrief. And then here I can set our fuel. And then set our payload. And then go over here to payload. And now I just need to double check that everything's correct. Actually, yeah, I need to hit load aircraft. I'm gonna leave the doors and everything open, closed, I mean, while we do this time. So I'm gonna hit that and hit start loading. It tends to pull in too much weight here. I don't know if this is even being loaded from SimBrief, but it's usually, seems like it's usually wrong. Yeah, sim is still 3,700 and due is 4,994, so we need to add about 1,300 pounds. So fuel in the sim is 3039. I need 4448 is due. So we're gonna change the fuel here to 4448 and hit start loading. Go back to the sim. Okay, so that's correct now. Due and sim match. Now for payload, we need 4994 total. So we need 4994 minus 3708. 1286. So 32,398 plus 1286 is 33684. Start loading. That should be precisely. Oh, I'm off by 2 pounds. 6. There we go. Start loading. Okay, now we got checkboxes everywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and hit start tracking. Change the time in the sim so it's matching. All right. Payload, passengers set. And we can close this now. Takeoff trims calculated 1.7 hitch up. So we'll need to remember that during our checklists. No CYQQ. Yeah, sorry about that. It was my fault. There's a little fake out there. All right, inches, good. Throttle setup I've done before. And I think it's, is it 6 for overhead and control 8 for this. Okay. Cockpit preparation. All right, configure data. That's never going to be wrong. Parking brake. All this is going to be set. All right, altimeter is set and check. I'm going to go ahead and hit B. We're getting 3021. That is set. Landing elevation check. That'll be done automatically by the FMS once I import the flight plan. And we're going to do that right now. All right, back to the EFB. Flight plan. Set flight plan. And then we're going to go back down to the FMS and make sure it's in there. Doesn't look like it's in there. Flight plan 1 of 1. Alright, I should probably go through the inits. Position. Nav data is just our database status. Flight plan init. Route is not set. Let me try that again over here. Set flight plan. Okay, there we go. Now it's in. All right, let me now paste that in. Looks like we're actually gonna be doing this. I know Sol has been asking for it. All right. And looks like it's giving us, that's flight level 220, right? Direct Eros, direct Ape, direct Dene, direct K-Day, 06 left. And it's giving us 05 for our departure runway. So we're gonna put in 05 here. Do I just put in just 5? Oh, I have to choose it. Whoops. There we go, 5. And we don't have any procedures. We're just direct the whole way. So no SID, no transition. And I'll hit execute. And then I'm going to put in advance the runway for our destination. See if I can do that. Airway, next waypoint. It's probably just under performance. Arrival runway. Or maybe I can't do it unless... Probably need to define an arrival procedure. Alright, I'll just wait on that for now then. Probably regret that in a minute. Okay. APE, 10A, KD. Very, very simple route. That's good for a first one. Just use set trim on the EFB. Yeah, I'm trying to not cheat in every way, but yeah. I'll go ahead and set it up right now. So we got, what was it, plus 1.7? 1.7 up. It's going to make the alarm sound while we do this. All right, 1.7 up is set. The rest of the trims are neutral. Flaps are up for now. All right, FMS, comm, and nav. Comm and nav are going to be handled by our co-pilot because I'm using FSHud, and I have the options for co-pilot to handle all that. Fuel quantity, 590 in each tank, so that gives us about 12... Oh, sorry, that's fuel used, which we have to reset. Fuel on board, 4380. And if we go back to flight data... Actually, that's, yeah, 4448. So we're burning a little bit. No, we shouldn't be burning anything yet. Anyway, that's close enough. It's with reserves and alternate as well. If it gives you the option, is it really cheating? That's true. Smooth says, dumb question. When ATC, you have info India, where is that info? That's referring to the current hourly ATIS. Usually it's an hourly basis. ATIS at the airport. So ATIS is Automated Terminal Information System, or is it service? ATIS is the weather and airport information at a specific airport. Usually there'll be larger airports. Smaller airports won't necessarily have ATIS. Every hour that ATIS updates and it moves on to the next letter in the alphabet, Alpha through Zulu, and then we'll loop back to Alpha. So when they say Information India just is your way of saying, I have the latest updated weather at the airport that the ATIS is reporting. ATIS is unique in that it also gives you information about that specific airport and the runways in use. There are AWOS and ASOS stations that are more automated that just give you like quote unquote the numbers, like the weather reporting numbers, with no specific information about the airport itself. But ATIS gives you all the actual information, and it matters the airport, but I think a lot of them are human recorded. So yeah, it's just your way of saying, I have the latest weather information. I understand all the notices at the airport and the weather reported at the airport. You should be a pilot. I'm too scared, man. No. I'll leave that up to the big boys. CFI. Oh man, I've been slacking. I did sign up for Shepherd ground instruction training, and I have not studied at all. I did a little bit last week, but yeah, I'm such a slacker. But yeah, ATIS is great. Oh, and girls. Big boys and girls, sorry. Says the pilot. Okay, fuel quantity, fuel on board is set. Engine, fuel used, reset. I believe there's a way to reset that over here. There it is. Fuel reset. Okay, fuel used 0. We haven't started the engines at all yet, so we're good. Memo panel check. I do not... isn't this the memo panel right here? If it's not, then I've failed, but I'm moving on. Landing elevation is set over here from before. Power management to takeoff. That's right here. That's set already. Procedure completed. All right. Cockpit door locking system. Let's close that door. It's already closed. That is good. FMS and takeoff. Why didn't it check that? There we go. FMS and takeoff data. Something I love about this is, maybe airliners are normally this way. As you go through these checklists, it's automatically changing. Is this called the... is this the ND right here? I think for the NDs are here and here. It changes them automatically to observe the systems you need to know for some of these. To complete the checklist, which is awesome. All right, FMS and takeoff data confirmed. So let's go ahead and make sure I have the performance init for takeoff. Oh, it's on the first page, isn't it? So we have runway 05, that's set to our flight plan. Runway length, 8,200 feet. Let me go ahead and double check on Navigraph on my side monitor here, just make sure that's correct. Smooth says I'm going to attempt to say intentions. Oh, do it, dude. It's so much fun. Mess with it. I was asking it for recommendations of coffee and stuff like that. It's a fun time. I'm obviously a fan. That's a great thing about say intentions is nobody's gonna yell at you if you do anything wrong, and you can turn off multiplayer if you don't want people to hear your voice. Those are in the options if you're using it for the first time. All right, so Akron, I'm just checking the runway length. Yeah, 8,200 feet for runway 5 and 7,600 for runways 1 and 19. All right, so that's correct. Next, trims, I just checked those. Those are all set. We got nose up 1.7 based on the EFB. Tail prop on board. I'm going to leave that alone because we've already boarded the plane. Doors closed. I didn't open them. Seatbelts on. Let's go up and put that on. And we'll do the signs as well. All right, beacon on as well. Okay, beacon is on. All right, procedure completed. And procedure pending. So now we just have the engine start, which I don't think that's actually an option here. You see under normal procedures, emergency wait, didn't I hit normal? Dock menu, normal procedures. Before taxi, before, so I think we did those already. Before propeller rotation, did all that. Yeah, I don't think there's an engine start checklist, right? There's just before taxi. So that's kind of weird. Galixian says, say intentions is only for people who are scared of VATSIM. I am part of that market. I think it's for people who want 24/7 coverage, honestly. And given the recent VATSIM V1 drama, if you even want to call it that, it just makes me really annoyed anyway, so. I didn't do it that often. I was doing it like once every week or two, but honestly, I don't really miss it. I do miss the realism of it, but I don't miss how often controllers went offline when I would spend like an hour prepping the flight and getting ready to go, and then everyone goes offline, and I'm like, well, might as well have used FSHud or something else. So Pilot Edge, yeah, Pilot Edge only does like the western third of the US. I think they reached into like Colorado, around there. But yeah, drama. Oh, they just like banned his account and they asked him for his photo ID to prove his identity, and he's like, no. He's like, no, you're not entitled to that. Why would I ever give that to you? It's crazy, man. I think I don't know if it's an ego thing or what, but some of the drama you see involving certain like developers or flight sim services or companies is kind of insane. It's like there seems to be an expectation of importance that I just don't understand it. It's a simulator, guys. Soul says, how do you load the FPL in a sim brief when you type it here in chat? What I would do is paste it in. So let me go back. There's a box for you with the route. You would want to type in this part of it right here between just the direct arrows, direct ape, direct Dene. Everything between the airports pretty much you would want to paste in to that route box that you'll see, and then click on the Analyze Route button, and then that'll confirm it's a legit route, and then you can hit Generate Flight at the top. So I do that from time to time. Like if I go over to SkyVector and I plan it based on real world routes from SkyVector, I'll go ahead and copy this and bring it in and put it in that box that's there for you when you're editing the flight. And I'll paste it in there if I want to enforce a specific route. Just click that Analyze button after you put it in. All right, let's continue with the checklist here. So there's no engine start checklist, so I do have the JD checklist up from flightsim.to for the plane. So starting engine, we got doors closed, parking brake set, beacon is already on, passenger sign is on. Power levers to GI, so ground idle. And I am in ground idle. I've unbound all of my mixture and prop controls, so I'll be clicking these to get the engine started up the right way tonight. Sean says, confirm takeoff data is on the MFD. On the MFD. Confirm. Where is that? To set the speeds on the PFD. I know there's a TO config button down here somewhere, right there. Takeoff config test. Are they set already? It looks like they might be set. I see 118 right here. I don't know, maybe not. But either way, actually, I need to click this to auto set for our climb. Not on the CDU. Oh, it's on the MFD, sorry. On the MFD to set the V1 speeds. Confirm is on the MFD. Format. I haven't done that before. I thought it worked automatically. You can click for bearings. This is a zoom in button, zoom out, format, and bearings. Or is it over here? Oh, takeoff data, confirm takeoff data. Takeoff data confirmed. Oh, did that do it? This might be what you're talking about. Oh, the MFD. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, PFD, MFD. Are those the words they use for this plane, or is it like the navigate? Is it like ND and is it something in ND? I don't know what the main one's called. I think you airliner people have different terminology than us lowly G1000 users. But thanks, Sean. I found it. I think that's what you're talking about right there. Thank you, sir. Okay, this is for before taxi, so we're skipping that for now. All right, let's go ahead and get our clearance. This might be loud. I'll turn it down if it is.
Squawk 0173.
What?
Clear checkered press key, runway 01, fly runway heading, climb 10,000, squawk 01737507.
Oh, that's not us.
7507, red back correct, wind ready, contact.
Oh, let's pick, we're gonna pick FedEx so we get called FedEx 7050.
121.77507.
Sorry, tonight we don't have the amazing Say Intentions voices. We gotta deal with FSHud. There we go, that's us. It's our co-pilot.
Request clearance to Cox Dayton with information.
Once Say Intentions does IFR, I'll be using it forever.
Clear to Cox Dayton, runway 05, fly runway heading, climb flight level 190.
Runway heading 190.
Cleared to Cox Dayton, runway 05, fly runway heading, climb flight level 190, score 4054, FedEx 7050.
Alright, good job, co-pilot. Oh, include us, lowly G3000, 5000. Yep.
Red back correct, wind
Red back.
Akron Canton ground, 121.7.
Alright, so something really nice.
121.7, FedEx 7050.
Something really nice about FSHud is you can tell the co-pilot to do all of the comms for you. And there's just a couple buttons you hit at critical phases of the flight, like ready to taxi, ready for startup, ready for descent, that kind of stuff. Flight level 190, blew by at that. There we go, 190, that's set. And we're gonna set runway heading. They said fly runway heading 05. Runway heading 05 is 054, so we're gonna set 054 on our heading indicator. Or on our selected heading, 054 is set. All right. And red back was correct for FedEx 7050. All right, we got... I'm not gonna set up autopilot just yet. All right, we're gonna go here just so I remember for ground power, all the doors are closed. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the engines. I'm gonna say request pushback and start up. What's that?
Akron Canton Ground, FedEx 7050, Gate 64.
Okay.
Request pushback and startup.
Something triggered the autopilot somehow. Oh, I clicked FSHud and it clicked through the window.
134.757507.
These voices are so funny compared to saying attention.
7050, pushback and startup approved.
Pushback and startup approved. FedEx 7050.
All right, let's take the chocks off. Pushback and startup approved. The battery's on. We're not going to start the pushback yet because we need the ground power. Or I guess we don't need the ground power, but I'm going to leave it on until I start it up. I'm just paranoid about killing the battery. Okay, I'm not going to kill the battery, right? All right, let's take ground power off. Oh my god, that was a horrible idea, wasn't it? Oh no. Battery's on though, it doesn't just take over. Alright, I might have to restart some things. Alright, condition levers to shut off, engine start with GPU. Nope. I messed up. Where's engine start with battery? Oh no. I'm dumb. Alright, connecting the ground power again. So I guess we generally start this with the GPU power. RIP. Let's see if everything down here is reset or not. We have our flight plan in still. Procedures menu is hopefully not reset. Fuel used is good. Current fuel is good. Takeoff trim is still set correctly. Takeoff power is set. Oops. I'll never do that again. Benjamin says 320 SimPilot is good tutorial. Oh yeah, I think I've seen him already actually. I did those. I watched SimPilot stuff a while back. Was it him or SimHanger? It must have been SimPilot. Okay, I think everything is right. Okay, looks like all isn't lost here. All right, so I don't see a battery start. Oh, there's power up in hotel mode, no GPU available. All right, well, it says it preferred is power up with GPU. So external power available light, external power on, AC wild external power. Wild, man. I don't see anything that says wild. I started this up without that, whatever that step is last time. Verify gust lock, it is. Verify green ready on prop brake panel. Brake panel is illuminated. It is not. Prop brake is off. It says on the checklist, propeller brake prepare. Gust lock engaged. Green ready is illuminated. Isn't this the bug that was there a while back with the prop brake? That had to do with idle. I think that was the bug I ran into the first time I used this. Flights to Lakes, our captain did an oopsie. Yes. Yeah, the prop brake is set. It doesn't say to turn it on. It just says engine 2 fire test. If necessary, okay, if necessary, use the auxiliary hydraulic pump on the pedestal. Prop brake switch to on. Okay, now it says prop brake. Does not say ready yet. Not sure if we need to wait. Okay, it says verify blue prop brake message in the ECAS. No active procedure. Okay, there's pop. Oh, it's at the top. Prop brake. Okay, cool. Verify blue. Select test. We're just gonna skip the test. Fuel pump 2 on. Engine 2 start. A. Okay, we can do A plus B. On 10, right condition lever to feather. Zero one. Oh, I didn't hit start, did I? Press engine start. Right. Engine start 2. We wait for 10, then we introduce fuel. Alright, there's 4, 5. 8, 9, 10. And to feather.
Your flight will be monitored until you
And then I believe the
land and
start
shut down
automatically
the engine.
turns off. On 45%, yep, verify that start is extinguished. Yep, that's extinguished. And then set engine start selector to off or abort. Overhead panel fuel pumps both on. Okay, so we're gonna repeat for it is not started. Prop brake. Okay, we've lost. Wait, no, we have power here. ITT. And we have feather. What did I miss? I missed something. There are no steps between those two. Engine start, which I did. Press start 2. Right condition lever to feather. 45%. Yep, it extinguished. On stabilize. Verified DC. Gen 2 fault light is off. Gen 2 fault light is not off. Is the prop brake supposed to be on? It just told me to turn it on. Prop brake switch on. Verify prop brake is blue. Fuel pump 2 on. DC generator 2 verify on. Engine 2 start. Turn it off. Okay, then this checklist is already wrong. Yeah, it says propeller brake, prepare. And then it says prop brake switch on, verify blue message. Okay, that's not correct then. Why do I even use checklists? Prop brake is on so you can remove the GPU. So it didn't tell me to disconnect the GPU. I'm so confused. I don't like this checklist. Why does the checklist literally says, it says with GPU, DC external power on, and then it says, so was I supposed to skip that entire section that says power up in hotel mode? Maybe that's what I needed to skip way down. Oh, here it is. It's way below. Engine start with GPU, no hotel mode. Oh man, I don't like the design of this checklist that I have to jump from one section to the very bottom to another section. That's confusing. Okay, I'm gonna have to try this again. Condition lever shut off, engine start selector, start 2. Right condition lever to auto. That's the only thing that's different, it looks like. And now, hopefully we'll get the prop moving. Yeah, that's confusing. It basically says how to start with GPU, 2 steps, how to start without GPU, and then you have to know to skip down on the checklist. I think this is my last experience with the ATR, was it taking this long. Of course, there's a big degree of user error here. Okay, start. I guess I start again. Fuel pump. Oh, the fuel pump is on. Oh no. I probably killed the whole plane at this point. Airliners, man. And checklists. Confusing checklists. Hit the button on the pedestal again to release the prop brake. Oh, is it the aux pump? Ready. I mean, we have... What? Do I have to feather it first? I'm gonna have to restart this whole thing because the checklist is poorly designed. Oh. Oh no, is it starting or is that the wind? It looks like it wants to start. Saved? Why? I'm gonna have to submit a redesigned checklist request, maybe. Yeah, it's not starting. All right, I might have to start that whole procedure over again. Let's turn this off, turn the pump back off. Let's go back down and turn our fuel condition back to shut off. Yeah, why? I don't understand why it starts with power up with GPU preferred. It gives us 3 items and then it says power up in hotel mode, and it doesn't complete the power up with GPU checklist until the next page is that is strange. All right, condition levers, fuel shut off, press engine start selector. Let us try again. Engine start selector, A plus B, pump on. So now it's saying to turn external power off. I don't trust it. Oh man. This is why I don't fly airliners. Sent you a PDF in Discord under general, which is the ATR normal procedures. Is it the JD checklist? Because this one has already led me astray. I think why I got confused by this checklist is the entire section where it's saying it's got the pre-flight checks for a engine start procedure at the top, and I thought that was the engine start procedure, but you have to scroll down to the next page to find the actual engine start procedure. So I got kind of faked out thinking I was following the engine start checklist, but I wasn't. The engine start checklist is down on the next page. So that's why it was confusing me. So it says beacon passenger power levels to GI, that's done. Fuel shut off on both engines, and then it says engine start with the GPU, no hotel mode. Engine 2, press engine start selector A plus B or A or B. So I'm gonna go A plus B. Try this again. Power up with GPU, external power on, right? And the prop brake is not blue, which I think is correct. Okay. Engine start on 10. Wait a minute. Why does it not say to turn the pumps on? Press start to push button, verify on light illuminates. Yes. It's not telling me to turn the pump on? This, I don't like this checklist. It literally doesn't have pump as part of the start engine checklist. What is happening? All right, we're gonna wait for this to get to 45 and then switch to auto. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I guess once I learn this, it'll be fine, but. Complex aircraft. Choose ready for taxi. I actually tried that and it didn't start the plane for me yesterday, so that's why I'm doing it manually. Ready for taxi, didn't do it for me. 4 different ATR checklists, they're all different, yeah. Oh, you don't always need the aux pump. Or maybe I don't. Okay, that looks like it's actually, is it started? Low pitch. Verify, let's see. Right condition lever to auto, which it is. External power off. And verify the generator. I should verify the generator first. Generator 2, fault. I think that the prop needs to be put, we have ground idle on, so we don't want flight idle. Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks to the first time I flew this thing, and after hours and hours trying to figure out there was a bug with, where you had to have it above ground idle as a bug. You couldn't have it at ground idle, even though that's what you're supposed to do. There was a bug and I swore I would not fly this again, and and now I'm having a similar issue this time, but it's really with a checklist. Fuel to start the engines. I mean, the aux fuel pump is not always necessary. I think is the thing. It's the backup fuel pump, but I'm used to turning them on. So now we have a low pitch warning, which I'm guessing if I turn off the GPU, it's not going to, I mean, we have a gen fault. So it's also not generating any electricity with the engine started, so. And I didn't have this happen last night. I did a full flight in this last night, no problem. Delta says, I chose ready for taxi. Can't get the left engine condition lever out of 100% override. Yeah, there's always something. So this says low pitch. I bet I have to add some power to get low pitch and get the generator doing some work. But low pitch, it's in auto mode. Isn't the pitch controlled by the condition lever right here? And it's set to auto. So why would it be in low pitch in an auto setting? 2-gen fault will go out when you move the condition lever to auto. It is auto, right here. So this might be another issue with the checklist where it's telling me to turn the external power off before starting engine 1. I'm going to not listen and I'm going to start engine 1 as well. I'm guessing that's why that's happening. And this checklist seems like it might be bad. All right, there's 10, so we're feathered. Now we're waiting for 45, and then we'll go auto. ATC's sitting there wondering why we're not starting the engine off. Or not pushing back yet. Again, low pitch. See if generators are still faulted. They are. I bet if I turn external power off, it's going to kill the kill all the electric in the plane. So these are set to auto. This is, I'll pull it back to ground idle. And we have low pitch warnings. Electric DC gen, anti-icing warnings. Oxygen supply, okay, external power. Okay, that's all it was then, was external power then. Okay. And ground power off. So now the generators are not faulted. All those are extinguished. I guess we have low pitch when we're on the ground. Maybe that's normal. Parking brake on. All right, interesting. All right, so this checklist, once I learn these things, I'm never going to use this checklist again. And actually, I didn't use this checklist last night. I'm just gonna close it. Sorry, JD, but this checklist has steered me wrong twice now. I can't use it anymore. I actually used the built-in checklist last night, and this got me through a full flight. So, yep, fuel pump 2 on, right engine starter button on, condition lever feather, and starter button will turn off, fuel pump 1 on. Yep, did that, condition feather 10. Starter selector off, and I have to turn the starter selector off. Okay, I'm gonna use the in-game checklist from now on, looks like. Okay, before taxi. Flight warning system recall. Prop brake off. That is still off. Communication hatch is closed. I didn't open it. Condition lever 1 and 2 are both on auto. Anti-icing as required. There's a reason this thing is only $10. I mean, I know I don't think it's a problem with the plane. I think the checklists were not accurate that I was just using. So it told me to turn off external power. Maybe I could have turned it off between engine 2 and engine 1 starting, but I'm already wary of that checklist I was using. Oops. That is a weird thing too. I'm clicking the FSHud window you can't see, and it's clicking stuff behind it. So clicking things by accident. All right, transformer rectifier unit. I know that's up here to on. Anti-skid test. We'll skip all the tests to save time. Flaps 15 degrees. Skipping tests. That's never resulted in anything bad. But this plane doesn't have any failures simulated as far as I know, so I think we're okay to skip the test. Nose wheel steering is on. I did not turn it off. I believe it's on way over here by default. Right here. It's guarded on. All right, nice. Okay, taxi. Takeoff and taxi lights on. That's up here. We'll hit this. We'll finally get pushback. The chocks are already off. I'm gonna hit Shift P. And the hilarious personal tug is on the way out. I think this is probably the best $10 plane they've ever made. I mean, I know I don't have much experience with it, but the Expert Series idea is kind of awesome. I'm glad they're doing it. And they also put in a ton of updates to this thing. Electric DC gen and air bleed. DC gen 1 fault. Pump is running. Is it because I have the pump on still? What is wrong with Gen 1? Here we go. Messed everything up. ACW Gen 1 fault. Alright, let's follow the checklist and see. DC generator affected off. Wait, I don't have DC gen on. What? Oh, sorry, yeah, I do. Sorry, external power was on. So DC Gen 1 should be switched to off. Engine bleed 1 fault. Pack 1 and engine bleed 1 off. What is going on? None of this happened last night. Engine 1 bleed off. And that means our engine is dead now. Wonderful. JD's usually better. Yeah, it's just something to do with the... I was confused by the cockpit preparation section. I thought it was the actual engine start section, but it wasn't, because it looked like an engine start procedure. So it was talking about gen and hotel mode. Anyway, the real one was at the bottom. A page down lower. And I have the emergency brake on still. Alright, so we're going to try to get engine 1 started again. So let's go and do engine cutoff. Engine 1 pump is running. Start A, start on. %, feather. And it's not starting again. We're stuck at 17. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, the engine just won't start. I think any plane, any airliner other than this, I would probably be flying already. Run on, unless maybe it's not crank A, maybe that's the problem. Is B the left engine? No, it's not. I'm getting the fault because engine 1 isn't running. And it can't be started either. So I have something wrong with engine 1. Okay, so we'll turn that. I just want to make sure the pump isn't... No, it's still 17.9. Okay, aborting that again. So... I also didn't turn Gen 2 on, right? That happened automatically. So the default state is for this and this to be not off. Just restart and start fresh. Yeah, I don't understand why this is not. Now I can't start engine 1. Yeah, I might actually have to start over and just not use external checklists. Fuel feed low. Fuel pump affected, engine confirm on. All right, I'll give this one more try. Fuel pump on. We're gonna go through these. Engine 1 bleed fault. Pack 1 off and engine bleed 1 off. All right, engine 1 bleed off. Maybe I need to turn oxygen off. So I haven't touched the AC at all. Pack valve off maybe is what it's looking for. Alright, DC gen fault. DC gen affected off, which I did before. We'll do it again. Okay, it's off. So now that'll clear all the messages. So those are all gone. So now you would think it's time to restart. Fuel lever, yeah, I can put it back to off. So then to get this started, I would do the engine again, which I did before. So it would be start A, pump is running, start A. We would hit start, wait for 10, introduce fuel to feather. There's 10, fuel. It's gonna get stuck at 14 again. Or is it 18? 16, 17, it's just sitting there. Nothing. Yeah, something is completely messed up. Oh no. Fail. And if I do start AB, that's not the issue either. The engine just refuses to start now. It says start, there is run, fuel flow. There is fuel. We have fuel in the engines. Weird. Alright, I'm restarting. RIP. There goes an hour and 13 minutes. Oh. Alright, note to self. Use the in-game checklist. Yeah, probably had something to do with changing the prop brake confusion, where the first checklist told me to turn the prop brake on. And maybe that caused a bug. Broken airplane without built-in failures. Yep. This happened last time before the giant set of bug fixes. When the ATR first came out, I tried it. And I remember sitting there for hours trying to get rid of one warning message. And it was just a bug where you couldn't have your power lever at idle. And all you had to do to get rid of the bug after hours of troubleshooting was move the power up a little bit to like 2% or whatever, and the error message went away. It was just such an annoying bug. Turn packs on both sides. It told me to turn the packs off though, on the left side. And then if I turn it back on, they just fault again. Soul says, I never had fun with the ATR. I'm sure what is happening is user error, but because I flew it last night. I was flying it for like hours last night. I just did one super long flight, and it worked fine, but
in the simulator
seems like the checklists in the sim are much better than the external ones that I've looked at. So,
seconds to February 6, 2024.
all right, battery master switch on, self-test complete. Parking brake engaged. It is. Altimeter set and check. Do that in a minute. I guess we need to wait for it to start up. Probably just not use the GPU either. I'm just gonna do whatever the checklists here say, regardless of what real world procedures there might be. Sierra says the ATR was my first plane in the sim. I loved it. Never had any issues with it. Then I'm sure it's user error, right? Get the G1000 guy touching an airliner. This is just bad idea all around. All right, landing elevation. That'll be set by the FMS once we import the flight plan. Altimeter set. I'll just hit B 3022. So we reset the altimeter. It's set the altimeters immediately. FMS comm and nav will be handled. Comm and nav will be handled by our co-pilot. FMS. Let's init our position. And then flight plan init. Go over to the EFB again. Import. Set flight plan. Set fuel. Set payload. Load the aircraft. try to do this fast. 4407 on the fuel. And what did I put, like 37,000-ish for 0 fuel weight? Yep, that's good enough. I know we're a lot heavier than we need to be. I'll take down 3,000, 34,000. All right, that's still good. Or like 300 pounds overweight. All right, start tracking. Trying to speed run this time. All right, 1.7 up is still what's set there. I'll just, yep, set it here. Not cheating because it's in the sim. All right, FMS, double check this. All right, Aeros Ape Dene KDAY. Yep, runway 05, set, execute. Go to performance. V speeds are here. Go set them over here on the PFD or whatever you call this thing. Can't set it yet because this is not on. Because the GPU is not on. All right, we're just gonna start the engines here, I guess. All right, fuel quantity on board and fuel used. Let's go ahead and reset the fuel used. Can I get that here? No, we have to get on the once the other screen is started. Power management is on takeoff. Okay, for rotation, the door is automatically locked. Takeoff data. Oh, not this song. Not right now, song. FMS. I think we're good there. Trims, default, and we hit set. That is set there, 1.7. Tail prop, we're already boarded, so we're good. Doors are closed, mayday. Seatbelt sign on. All right, seatbelt, beacon, and emergency lights will go on. Seatbelt, this, and beacon on. All right. Starter selector, start A plus B, fuel pump 2 on, right engine starter button on. We feather at 10%. Nothing is happening. Oh no, it's because we don't have DC power, right? So we don't have GPU. We're not using the GPU, so it's not letting me start. And okay, it doesn't have that in the checklist either. So flight sim checklist fail. Doesn't say anything about the GPU. So we're gonna go in, put the GPU on. Available. Okay, GPU on. This should really be like the first thing in the checklist. Like there's no mention of GPU. So yeah, we should have GPU and then check all the landing elevation data and all that stuff because we'll actually be able to when the 2 screens are on. Yeah. There's always a checklist that's wrong or incomplete, I guess, is the thing. Why are both the pumps running when I only turn the left one on or the right one on? Well, we'll try it anyway. Just gonna try to do this quickly so we can actually get out of here. All right, that's starting 9, 10, auto. Look at that, it's at 20 now. Amazing. I'd be surprised if the plane requires a GPU to start. Well, I had no action when I turned on the battery. I think you have to either do the hotel mode prop brake method or do the GPU. So I did the GPU last night and it worked, so just do that again today. All right, 68, start should be off. It is. And we'll start 1 now. We're just starting it at the gate. Waiting for 10. All right, 10. Starting. All right, start is extinguished. Fuel pump 1 on. Yes, it didn't say to turn those off. Starter, feather, starter selector off. Propeller brake off, which it was in the beginning. Okay, that's all on, so theoretically, as long as we don't have faults on our generators, which we do. Oh, this happened last time until I turned external power off, right? Yes, there we go. Okay, great. Now I can go back down here. Ground power off, chocks off. Condition levers are on auto. Prop brake is off. Flight warning system recall. The hatch is closed. Auto anti-icing. We'll leave it off for now. And TRU on. Oh. Nope. What? On, please. What? What didn't I do? Where did I not follow the instructions? Starter selector AB, fuel pump 2 on. Condition lever feathered and then on. Fuel pump 1 on. Left engine starter on. Feathered, off. Starter selector off. That was all done. Flight warning system, prop brake is off. And condition levers 1 and 2 in auto. Am I not in auto? Oh, I'm not in auto. Oh my god. Okay, user error. Horrible. Anti-icing as required, TRU on. Not working yet. So, oh god. This is why we don't rush, right? Electric ACW 1+2. I'm trying to fly through the checklist so you guys aren't waiting another hour and 15 minutes to fly, and now I'm paying for it. Okay, those faults look like they've gone away now. Alright, TRU is on and checked. Alright, there we go. Anti-skid test, we're skipping the test. Flaps, 15 degrees. That is set. That is almost indicated. Nose wheel steering is on by default. We're good. Takeoff taxi lights on. And probes, alpha 1+2 heating failure because I didn't turn anti-ice on yet, but if it's going to complain, then we will turn them on. I think it's the windshield ones. Facing alpha probes. Heating failure. Stick pusher and shaker fault. Apply. Okay. I turned it off. Apply the pusher shaker fault procedure. No. No. No more. Just let me get out of here. I have limited time. ATR is actually easy to get going once you've done a couple of starts. Control E. I don't trust Control E on a plane this complicated. And last night, the first thing I tried to do was use their own ready for taxi button, and it also did not start the engines for me. So I am, I would love to not do the checklist for kind of early stages of learning the plane, but from what I tried with all the automated things, none of them worked. Yeah, Control E, no worky. Yeah, that's the problem. With complexity comes anything automated never working. So, okay, I know I don't have to turn these on right now, but I'll turn them on for now. And the oxygen supply, which I don't even think is actually in the checklist. Okay, let's get our clearance again, or let our co-pilot do that in the background.
Akron Canton clearance.
Brakes
November
off.
7050
Done.
Charlie. Gate 64. Request clearance to Cox Dayton with information Romeo.
And let me set our
November 7050 Charlie. Clear
selected
to
altitude to get up to 19er.
105.
Flight
Fly
level
runway
190.
heading, climb flight level 190.
Alright, same as before. 190 and
Cleared to
054 on
Cox
the
Dayton,
heading.
Runway 05. Fly runway heading. Climb flight level 190. Score 054. November 7050 Charlie.
And it sounds like Delta Tango had some luck with the ready for taxi button, maybe. I just had done it last night, and I was like, all right, note to self, tomorrow, don't use the ready for taxi button.
121.7. November 7050
It probably would have worked
Charlie.
for me if I tried it. Okay, and then speed to manual, or to auto, rather. Okay, auto is there. And it looks like maybe it doesn't have the takeoff data. Runway 05, 104. Cruise altitude 190, that's correct. And then performance. Yeah, it's got the runway. Transition altitude is correct. And then winds, let's see. Super satisfying though when you master the hotel mode. Yeah, you should then qualify to get a t-shirt in the mail. I do hotel mode. Yeah, I would think that I thought that that would probably be more complicated, so I tried to avoid it today. This is already complicated enough for me. Okay. And landing elevation, FMS, all that's good. Power management, takeoff. That's the doors. We already did all this. Tail prop, seatbelts on, beacon on. I did seatbelts, armed, and beacon is on, taxi is on. This just takes forever for the first time. And takeoff config at test. Oh yeah, I had to do over here, confirm that takeoff data, right? Right there. Okay, confirmed. And then reset fuel used. I did that before we started it. It was already on 0. And then we have the takeoff config test down here as well. I don't know if this is separate. Okay, that brought up the before takeoff checklist. All right, before taxi. True is on. Flaps are 15 already. Nose wheel steering's on. All right, taxi and takeoff lights are on. Brakes, check. They are off. Just did all that. All right, now we have before takeoff, briefing, and then gust lock off. Oh, that is so much work. All right, request pushback and startup, especially when you mess up 3 times in a row. The sim is cursed today.
November 7050
My
Charlie.
fingers are doing all the wrong things today.
Pushback and startup.
November 7050 Charlie. Pushback and startup approved.
All right.
Pushback and startup approved.
Looks like it's going to be a
7050
one
Charlie.
flight tonight. An hour and a half, still on the ground. Why are we moving forward? The power of the engines. Okay, is it attached now? Nope, we're still moving forward. Where? Oh, it's going back here. Where's it going? This thing is going to where we used to be. We're almost ending the flight by touching the gate with our wing. I'm just holding my brakes manually right now. Mrs. Tango says it's the gremlins. Gremlins in my brain, maybe. Still moving forward. Where? That thing is going to our invisible location where we used to be. You know, I haven't started OnAir Company over again yet. Oh no, it looks like it's tracking already. Okay, tracking in progress. All right, there we go. Brakes are off. All right, that was a little terrifying. All right, before takeoff. Okay, can we rely on the in-sim checklist now? The ones that are down here. Not sure if they're different, but hopefully they aren't. Gust lock off, flight controls, transponder, and TCAS. So that should have been set automatically by our co-pilot. You can check it down here. It hasn't. 1200 standby. So did we not get clearance? Squawk 4054 is what they gave us. So he didn't do his job. Let's do 4054. How did that H get in there? All right, runway 5 is behind us, so we're going to turn right, probably for Alpha. So we'll request our taxi clearance now.
Akron Canton Ground, November 7050 Charlie. Request taxi.
Oh man, you guys are the most patient ever. Watching all of this,
November 7050 Charlie. Taxi
watching
to
all this
holding
chaos.
point Runway 05 via Charlie. Hold short of runway 0119er.
Taxi to holding point runway 05 via Charlie. Hold short of runway 0119er. November 7050 Charlie.
All right, that checks out because we do have to cross runway 1 at Foxtrot in order to get over to continue on Foxtrot for runway 5. So we're going to cross this runway over here. All right, that's good enough. See if the actual tug bar goes away. Why is it still there? Go away. There we go. All right. Great. All right, taxi lights were already on. All right, we're going to turn to the right, go to Alpha. It said via Charlie, but we're on Charlie right now, actually. Should say, sometimes it's FSHud does well with the taxiway instructions, but it has the taxiway names wrong, but it's got the crossing correct. All right, so we got Alpha right here. We're gonna go to Alpha, and then we're gonna hold short of runway 1 at Foxtrot. Probably gonna run out of fuel for how long I've been sitting at the gate. All right, this is Alpha, and this is another, this is Kilo that we're crossing to our left and right. All right, we are still on Alpha, and then we're gonna make a right turn right here at Foxtrot. It said to hold shorter runway 1 and 19, which is right here to our right. Creamer says, no worries, we'll be patient with you because we enjoy your content. Bring out the popcorn. G1000 user attempts to fly ATR.
0 Charlie, contact Akron Canton Tower, 134.75.
There's not really a hold short marker there.
134.75, November 7050 Charlie.
It's weird. Is it supposed to be right here? Looks like a bug. Look, you can kind of see the
Akron
outline of
Canton
it, but
Tower,
it's
November
erased.
7050 Charlie. Request cross runway 0119.
November 7050 Charlie, cross runway 0119, when vacated contact ground 121.7.
Alright, clear to cross, let's go.
When vacated contact ground 121.7, November
Get our landing
7050
lights on
Charlie.
for crossing. What's up, 80? New to the channel and Flight Sim, what is this you're doing? And the banner on top of the screen. I am fumbling with the ATR 72-600. I normally do not fly anything resembling an airliner, but this plane got a lot of updates recently, and I'm using a career mode program called OnAir Company, where I'm kind of broke right now, so I need to earn some money, so I'm flying a bigger plane than I normally would temporarily. Alright, landing lights off.
November 7050
And at the top of the
Continue
screen is
taxi.
all the flight data and like all the telemetry for the flight, so we're just getting started because of me not being able to start the plane for about an hour. User error, checklist confusion, but we're on the way now. Alright, we're continuing our taxi. This is Foxtrot. We're still on, and we're going to turn left here. Actually, where do they want us? They said at holding point. Their original instruction was taxi to holding point, but they didn't tell us the holding point. I believe they might want us to be right here at Fox 2, this intersection right in front of us, but we will find out. Oh no, then it says Charlie, Charlie. Okay, I think we might need to go full length. One thing with, yeah, it wants us to continue taxiing. Okay. It gives me like a little pointer that says like, keep going this way when you're taxiing. So I'm looking at that. You guys can't see it. This is why Kip flies GA, yep. Still learning VFR and ILS stuff in the in-game tutorials. Nice, yeah. I mean, that stuff, that's some of the first things that I did in the sim was I was fascinated by GPS and autopilot and procedures, so I tried to get to an ILS as soon as I could. I would definitely recommend doing it in a small plane like a 172 or a Diamond, something like that. Just until you get the procedures down, and then, you know, slowly move up to something bigger. There's just like 90% of what you need to learn is outside of the plane when you're first starting. It doesn't matter. Like you don't want more buttons in the plane because there's so much to learn that's plane agnostic. Like about weather and procedures and charts and all that stuff. Just make sure you mix it up with a good amount of silliness and fun if you ever get frustrated or bored. Pull out a different plane and just try it just for fun and not worry about realism, you know? That's the best thing about this sim is you can take it minute by minute how seriously you want to take it. It's totally up to you.
November 7050 Charlie. Contact
Okay, this is the point they wanted us at right here.
134.75.
They wanted us here at
7050
Foxtrot
Charlie.
1. So I'm going to turn here. I don't know why they wouldn't have us do full length, but FSHud can be a little weird sometimes. Sometimes they call out the intersections correctly. Other times, like now, I just have to follow the pointy arrow that tells me where to go. Alright, it's just waiting for me to stop. Alright, there we go. Seeing you in multi-crew is like watching you when you have a funny haircut. Who told you about my funny haircut? Seth says, I guess the multiplayer server shut down didn't fix anything, really? Oh man, it's just a forever problem, unfortunately. Alright, gust lock off, flight controls check. Alright, gust lock is off. Flight controls, ailerons up and down, elevator up and down, rudder right and left. All good there. Transponder and TCAS. I just did the transponder and the TCAS works automatically. Boost as required. I know it's right here, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Airflow normal. Pack. I don't think I have to touch anything for airflow, right? I did turn on the main oxygen supply. Do I have to hit passenger supply on? I do. That's probably a good idea to supply the passengers with oxygen. Cabin crew advise engine bleed as required. I don't think I have to do anything. I'll have to learn that later. External lights on. We'll do that when we're ready to get on. Alright, I'm gonna hit ready for departure.
Akron Canton Tower, November 7050
Master
Charlie,
caution,
runway 05,
oxygen.
ready for departure.
Is it yelling at me because I turned the oxygen on?
November 7050 Charlie. Line up runway 05.
Line up runway
Oxygen
05,
main
November
supply off, then 2
7050
seconds
Charlie.
on. Okay. Low pressure for oxygen. 2 seconds. On. It's probably because I hit passenger supply. I wasn't doing that before, and I didn't do that last night, so maybe I'm overcomplicating things. If it persists, use oxygen portable unit. Alright, we're just going to ignore that. Sorry. Sorry, passengers. No air today. Cabin crew advise, engine bleed, external lights. Alright. Line up and wait, runway 05 it said, so. Landing lights, nav light, strobe, takeoff light, off. And gust lock is removed already.
November 7050 Charlie. Wind 018 degrees at 6 knots. Runway 05 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 05, cleared for takeoff, November 7050 Charlie.
Alright. LNAV selected. We got 115. Why is that shown for? Maybe that'll update, but it should be like 170, I think. Heading selected, and I have IAS on. It should be managing the speed automatically. The last time I flew, it said 170 there. It does not say that this time. That's kind of concerning. Flight level 190 is correct. Well, worst case scenario, I can change it once we get airborne. Alright, I believe we get this into the notch. Alright, there's notch. Oh, it updates once I hit the rotate speed. Got it. Yeah, we're coming up. There's 100 knots. There's a rotate.
Airborne time off.
Okay, gear up. And they told us to fly runway heading. It still says 115. And now it says 124. 124 knots. Well, it's not abiding by it anyway, so that's fine. Okay, I think we need VNav selected and nav selected for it to follow VNav. There's no altitude selection either. This is stalling us, great. Yeah, the speed is wrong. Okay, I'm doing manual to 170. This is terrifying. That didn't happen last night. It was just stuck on 115, then it moved to 124.
November 7050 Charlie. Contact Cleveland departure 125.5.
Alright, into climb. This is crazy.
125.5. November 7050 Charlie.
Alright, 170. Let's see what happens if I switch back to auto speed. Okay, now it says 170.
November 7050 Charlie.
That's really weird. Okay, so I guess initially I should have it on manuals, or I shouldn't have
November 7050 Charlie.
That's
Radar
kinda weird.
contact. Proceed direct arrows. Then as filed. Continue climb flight level 190.
So when I turn it to power management mode to climb, then it gives me the correct climb speed. So I guess to take off, you probably don't leave it in auto until you are ready to switch it to climb. Alright, rudder centered, after takeoff, landing gear is up, flaps are at 0, that's checked, climb, check, engine bleed on. Okay, they're on because there's no fault.
November 7050
Taxi takeoff lights, I already turned those off, altimeter set and check. Alright.
132.4. November 7050 Charlie.
Sean says change power management to climb, usually 1,500 feet. Oh, AGL, yeah.
At 5,500.
Dude, I swear last night I had it in auto. Maybe I didn't turn. Oh no, I did take off in manual last night. So yeah, I shouldn't use this speed target manual until I get up, turn autopilot on, and then turn climb on.
Direct arrows. Continue climb flight.
I'm just thinking.
November 7050 Charlie.
I'm thinking airliner, like take off, and within like a few seconds you're pretty much on the autopilot instantly. But oh, why did it just do that? Yeah, but it seems like in this case, yeah, with this plane, it's not going to be taking off that crazy like an Airbus or something. So we need to fly it manually for a minute until I get the autopilot going. Okay, autopilot, yaw damper, LNAV, and IAS, but let's see. I guess it doesn't show a selected altitude enunciation here. Let's see if I can get the ARC map up. Where's map? Performance. Map. God, where's map format? Oh, it's down here. Oh wait, I don't actually want the map, I want the... Where is the one that I just had? Map? Hello? The one that actually shows the flight plan. I mean, we're fine over here. This is looking fine. Proceed direct arrows, continue climb to flight level 210, it says. That was somebody else. Oh, that was us. Flight level 210. Okay. Updating it to 210. Oh man, this is stressful. Alright, landing gear, I did all this already. Altimeter set and check. So once we get up towards transition altitude, we will change that. Fly manual until 5 or 10,000 feet. Get stable first. Alright, nearing 10,000, we're at 9,300. And I believe I leave it in the notch the entire time. Because up here is override like max power, which we don't use. And then we just use our power management switch here. It's giving me the oxygen error again. Sorry, passengers. Apparently we don't have any oxygen on board somehow. Did I waste all the oxygen somehow? I have no idea. Alright, 10,000, we can go landing lights off. And let me try to figure out this map again. Sometimes like these like touch screen, these like fake touch screen things are so weird that I think like maybe sometimes it's easier to use the buttons down here. It's nav, comm, I think. And the reason they have the touchscreen is a lot of these buttons are back here. So here's like map. There we go. That's what I want is ND. And then I think I can... Here's format. There we go. And then plus and minus. All right. I just have to zoom in more to use these little like touchscreen convenient parts that are here. So ND is in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So I have to, here's sys, and a few pixels down is ND, and then a few pixels down is performance. So you have to like just slowly move your mouse until it says the right thing. Sucked up all the oxygen stressing over the startup. Yeah, 100%. Tyler says, you know of a way to automatically start the honeycomb driver. Oh man, I had issues with that for the longest time. How did I fix it? I don't use the lights on the honeycomb anymore because it's off to my side and it's just out of view, so they don't really do anything for me.
Turn right heading 310. Continue descent 2700. Cleared ILS.
That's for somebody else.
2600.
I had to edit some XML file somewhere.
Continue descent 2700. Cleared ILS.
I had to edit some XML file to update the path where the actual plugin was located. Basically, it had. Basically, the config file had an incorrect path. It had a wrong path in one of the configuration files where it was pointing to the wrong spot for my community folder, Tyler. You might have to Google a little bit, or was it the panel file? Basically, I had to edit one of the files. I think it was like maybe the sim. It was one of like the global configuration files, not in the community folder. It's like one that it compiles when it starts the sim, and it was putting the wrong community folder location in for me, specifically for the honeycomb community package that runs the lights. And I had to manually update the path there so it pointed to the right location. Sorry, FedEx, giving you a bad name with this flight. I'll be hearing from their lawyers probably. Anyway, that's what solved it for me. I don't know that that's the issue you're having, but I remember when I was using the lights, I ran into a problem like that. All right, 13,000 feet. Yeah, this thing is pretty slow for climbing, huh? And we'll get to 18. We'll switch to standard. All right, so after takeoff is done, we're not quite ready for cruise yet, but once we are, we'll put this into cruise. And let me go check the progress. All right, we still have a positive estimated fuel on board for our destination, so that's good. And let me double check that OnAir Company is tracking. It is. Wait, why are we not at Aros? What the heck? Oh, we're on the way to APE already. Is that Appleton? Top of climb Aros, then APE. We're going to APE. And there's top of descent coming up. Not that far from now, it looks like. T-Bizzle says there's a light add-on called Better Bravo Lights. Aerosoft driver. Yeah, yes. I think it's on the Honeycomb site, but maybe it links to Aerosoft, but yeah, there's a way to download an installer for it. So make sure you did the installer. But it sounds like you already have it installed if you're asking how to auto start it.
Inbound Alpha Papa Indigo at 14,500. Climbing flight level.
Alright, looks like our co-pilot switched over to another frequency for us. We're
November
on Indy.
7050
Wow.
Charlie. Radar contact. Proceed direct Alpha Papa Indigo. Then as filed. Continue climb flight level 210.
Alright, continue climb
Proceed direct
210.
Alpha
That's
Papa Indigo.
good.
Continue climb flight level 210. November 7050 Charlie.
Yeah, TCAS is on automatically. Weather is off, but I think there's a weather over here. Yeah, there's terrain. Wonder if this works. Looks like it might work. All right. I think APE is Appleton VOR. Is that right? I'm gonna double check that. I think I've flown to that VOR before. Yeah, it is Appleton Vortac. And then if I check, I'm just checking on Navigraph on the side here. And it looks like maybe 06 right is the best runway, or 36. 06 left or right, or 36. So we'll see what FSHud gives us. Oh man, what a stressful startup. I mean, this is the scariest time flying. It is, you know, on stream. Actually, the reason I flew it tonight is just because I had a decent time flying it last night. Maybe the pressure of performing got to me. Oh man, I need to put a windscreen on this thing. Liam says, install the AFC bridge driver from Aerosoft. Automatically creates an XML file to auto start it. I think there's yeah, AFC bridge, that's what it's called. When it made that XML file for me, I think it was probably because I had a custom community folder location, and I had to edit it manually and put in my custom and fix the path to my community folder. All right, direct Appleton, flight level 210. We are barely climbing. 500 feet per minute. Climb is selected. Am I not at the right power? Let me move the throttle. I'm almost maxed out on my throttle. Yeah, it's in the notch, which I believe is where I want it. Notch is kind of like our flex, right? Kind of like our flex detent. Or I guess you would use, it's kind of like our climb detent, I guess. You would use flex for takeoff and then pull it back to climb, right? But I think in this plane, you just leave it in notch. Maybe I'm not climbing as, maybe I should have it like MCT or something. This is just so slow. Well, we're going 900. That's weird. How do we go? We went from 500 feet per minute to 900 feet per minute. Okay, it's going down now, 800. Now 900. I don't know. Maybe the winds are just kicking our butts. And we got like a big crosswind, 28 knot crosswind. All right, almost up to standard, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch that here. And it auto switched it over here. We're barely gonna get up to our cruise altitude before we start falling. Climb rate is, yeah, I got it at 170. We're going 1,000 feet per minute now. Maybe the winds are just gusting a bit. Flight level 210. Yeah, that's what FSHud gave us. ILS 06 left.
Expect ILS approach. Runway 06 left. Report when ready for descent. November 7050 Charlie.
All right, report when ready for descent. ILS 06 left. Let's get that in. It's got 2K day waypoints for some reason. Okay, I guess we'll do the second one. 06 left, and there's no star. And let's see, the VIA. We just have Danae. I think it's also none. Now, if I hit execute, is it going to start the approach? Well, let's find out. No, okay, good. Still at Appleton. Then we have discontinuity. Can I just clear that? K day. We also need this gone. Dene. Rooney runway 06. Okay, I think that's right. Speed and altitude, 2,700 feet. And over on Navigraph, I'm just gonna set that up as well. Okay, ILS 06 left, and then we got top of descent a little before Dene, so we got a little bit of time here. Okay, 170 on the speed still, 18,000, so we got about 2,000 feet to go till cruise. We'll switch our power management to cruise and check if there's a cruise checklist. Let's see, normal procedures. There is no cruise checklist, there's just descent. Alright, so I'll bring descent checklist up in advance. And over on Navigraph, actually, do I have Navigraph showing? There's Navigraph. You get that big here in the center. Alright, so over on Navigraph, I'm going to set up the approach as well so we can pull up the plate. General approach 06 left, ILS 06 left, and DQN. Oh, Seth, thanks so much. Oh, the Mountain gifted a membership to Seth. Thanks, Mountain. Sierra with the face reveal, $5 face reveal. Thanks to you.
Congrats on rocking the ATR. Good. Here's a dank sound pack for next time. On me. Smile.
A dank sound pack? Is there a sound pack for the ATR? Okay, we have ILS or localizer runway 6 left. Okay, pulling that up. And let's get our minimums put in real quick. 1198 for the ILS straight in. 1198. That's 1,000 feet to go warning. So we set our minimums over here. Since it's a Cat 1, we need to do MDA, so we'll do 1,200. Oh, that moves so fast. That's beautiful. All right, 1,200 for the MDA set, and we're 700 feet to go for cruise.
Expect ILS approach. Runway 24 right. Report when ready.
The Mountain is so kind. Thank you, Mountain. Thanks, Mountain. And Sierra, yeah, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. The $5 face reveal. Over time, the face will get more and more detailed until it becomes a photo. I'm just kidding. It'll never be a photo.
836, descend 2,400.
All right, so they said, last thing they said to us is just report when we're ready for descent. So we're going to go ahead and wait here. You linked it below the super chat. Can I see that? So there's a sound pack just for the ATR. I was watching V1 earlier during my work day. Had him on in the background and heard him. It's just a coincidence I happened to be flying this last night. I heard him mention the sound pack. Is it in the marketplace? My first question. Mountain says, I think this is the first time that Gifty was in chat. What an exciting time. Yeah, it feels like sometimes it just picks people that aren't actually hanging out in chat. Okay, and then the ILS, let me go back over here to Navigraph. We're going to check the localizer frequency in the top left, 108.9er. And it is IATD, Alpha Tango Delta. So 108.9er, I'm going to go put that down here manually because I don't trust it. Down here in Nav. 108.9er. And on Nav 2, 108.9er. Right there. And then VNAV. Is VNAV not set up yet? Let's see, we're in altitude hold, 21,000. Whoops, got to switch over to cruise power. There we go. And let's zoom this map in just a little bit. Okay, what? The plus is zoom out. Okay. All right, everything's looking good here, right? 196 is our new FMS speed. 21,000, standard baro. And now we're making a right-hand turn to Dene. Then our top of descent's coming up over there in a bit, so. And on the ILS, so we have 108.9 dialed in. Let me get the bearings up. I saw I can click down here to get bearings up. VOR 2. All right, so we'll get VOR 1 and 2 set. Hopefully that, yeah, that's 1089, so that should show our ILS, our localizer when we get closer. Okay, let's sync our heading bug. All right, and then back over on Navigraph, just looking through this. We got our minimums in already. So we are flying, I set vectors, that's why we don't have VNav set, I believe. And then here, the Dayton VOR was the only initial approach fix available, but they tend to, FSHud tends to vector you onto final. So, whoops, want ND. Can I step through the map? Not sure if I can step through waypoint by waypoint. And we're landing at 06, so that's going to be... This is west. I think I can get a north up map. Where is the map format? It works down here. I'm going to use this. Okay, here's our north up map. So top of descent. So maybe I should use DQN. It's gonna, yeah, we're gonna have to turn around, like, otherwise, I don't know how this handles reversals or not, but yeah, we're crossing over at Bruni. That is here as an initial approach fix on Navigraph. So we have Bruni right here. And then we go outbound 241, do our procedure turn, and then back inbound. And then inbound course is 061. So that would bring us back in. So we have the ILS frequency in. The mountain with another gifted sub, or gifted membership. So used to hearing gifted sub because of Twitch. Thank you, Mountain. Phil, enjoy your mustachioed flight simming stool of comfort. And keep an eye on the mail. I don't know who's on duty this week from the mod team for sending you cartons of cigarettes for your passengers, but keep an eye out from a message from one of the mods to get those cartons of cigarettes out to you so you can serve it to all your passengers on flights. The Mountain says it's from the puppy as payment for her background screaming a peace offering. Puppy peace offering. The puppy that shall not be named. Well, I guess we'll find out how, we'll see how the reversal goes for science. I could switch over to use DQN here as an initial approach fix. Actually, no, that's only for missed approach. Yeah, there is no initial approach fix for that. The only initial approach fix I see on the chart is Bruni, which is where we're going. Okay. Alright, report when ready for descent is what they gave us. So now the question is, will VNav work? Bruni does have a VNav altitude, and then this procedure turn altitude is in here. Let me double check that. Yeah, 3,000 is the altitude restriction for the reversal, and then we'll go down to 2,700 feet to capture the glide slope for the ILS right here at Bruni. So we cross over Bruni. After Bruni, we're going to start our descent before then, but we're going to descend down to 3,000 after crossing Bruni the first time. Do our reversal. So we'll see if the reversal works with GPS, with the autopilot or not. If it doesn't, we'll probably just have to use heading mode to do the reversal. Once we do that, we're going to need to switch the mode up here for our flight director, for our nav system, our source from the flight manager over to ILS 1. But let's see if VNav works. Whoa. Why is it starting the descent already? That is super weird. So maybe I have to hit altitude? No, I don't want pitch hold. Okay, we have altitude hold in. As soon as I changed selected altitude, it started descending instantly. That's a new one. Anyway, let's just say we're ready for descent.
November 7050 Charlie. Ready for
Yeah,
descent.
do I hit VNAV first? No, because, yeah, we need to change the selected altitude first.
7050 Charlie, descend 4000, altimeter 3020.
Alright, 3020, descend at 4,000.
Descent 4000. November 7050
Yeah, as soon as we
Charlie.
change this, it's starting our descent, right? Oh no, we're still holding. Okay, we're still good. So I think that audible warning is just there to let me know that, yes, I did in fact change the selected altitude. Okay, now I'm going to press VNAV. Okay, we're getting Alt Star, which is kind of a new status for me. So is that like an open descent? And it's increasing our speed to 240 knots. Okay. So do we have VNAV? Altitude selected 4,000. Target speed is 240. So what I'm not seeing that I'm used to seeing is a VNAV target altitude over here somewhere. Am I supposed to switch to like idle power? I wonder if I should bring it to idle or we just leave it here. Because we're descending at 3,000 feet per minute, which seems a little insane. Let's see if it actually stops our speed at 240. And we're going to go 3020 on the altimeter. Idle for sure. Yeah, it's... Okay, we're going idle, idle. Whoops, that's ground idle. There we go, flight idle. 3020, that's set. That was from the controller, and this does not let me change it. I ran into this last night. I can't change this. Yeah, no matter what I press and turn, it doesn't seem to want to get out of standard. And just hit B on the keyboard. Alright, hitting B fixes it. Idle, then hit VNAV to get VNAV path on the annunciator. VNAV again? Oh, VNAV VS. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Perfect. Okay, yeah, we were going insanely fast. Alright, 1,500 feet per minute. Thank you, Delta. So I don't know why it didn't take it the first time. I hit VNAV and it switched to Alt Star instead. Speed brakes as needed. Oh, do we have speed brakes in this? Where's the speed brake? We have parking brake. Wait, does this have speed brakes? I don't see a speed brake lever. You may need to put some power back in to hit target speed. Yeah, I'll bring... Should I go back to Notch? Let me see what Notch does. Notch is probably way too much. Okay, looks like it's just manual. No speed brakes. I guess our gears are speed brake. Good, I'm glad there are no speed brakes. This thing has enough buttons, levers, dials. I'm already intimidated enough. Alright, we're still trending towards our target speed there. It's got us at 236 knots. Alright, so let's get our landing information in. I'm gonna go just grab the METAR really quickly. We know it's 3020. And we know we're landing on runway 06 left, so let's go to performance. That's cruise. Hit performance again, approach. 3020. Oh yeah, there's an approach speed. I assume I hit that when I'm like nearing the FAF. Format error. Let's try that again. 30.20. Actually, that's not the QNH at the airport, so I'm gonna look at the METAR. That's the one they gave us right now. Airport is reporting... Oh, 3020. Alright, and winds are 040 at 5, according to the METAR. 040 at 5/5. There we go. I think that's it. MHB. Unfamiliar with that one, but we have the app 101.
Charlie Uniform Bravo Oscar Bravo.
And we're descending to do 4,000. Alright, 12,000 feet. So our next thing, looks like our speed's pretty good. Give it a little bit more. Next thing we're going to do is get our landing lights on under 10,000 feet. We have We have the ILS tuned in. We have our descent going, and it's going to bottom out at 4,000, and we'll eventually descend to 3,000. The trickiest part is going to be the reversal, just in case the GPS and the autopilot can't handle the procedure turn here. I might have to do that manually. So if we do that manually, that's right here. We're going to go out this way. The protected side is to the north. So on our outbound course, when it's time to do the turn, we're going to make our right-hand turn outbound 286, time it a minute or so, then do our left-hand turn 180 degrees around to 106, and then intercept the localizer on a 061 course. Speaking of which, let's set the course. It is not set automatically here. So we use the course not up here, and oh, it's not letting me set it yet. Okay, I have to wait until we switch over here. Actually, I'm gonna try to set it. Can I set it over here in the FMS? Nah, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't see it over here. All right.
November 7050 Charlie.
That's us?
Turn left heading 240.
All right, they're vectoring us.
Heading 240, November 7050.
All right,
Charlie.
left 240 into heading mode. Heading select 240, and we're turning. Well, now that we are off GPS, I can go ahead and switch that nav mode over to ILS now and put in that course.
Expect visual approach. Runway
All right, now we'll change the course into 061, final approach course.
Runway 10 right. Report when ready for descent.
Oops.
99 at 58. Indianapolis Center 1875 2000.
All right, 061 ILS 108.9er, so that matches here. 108.9er 061.
Ready for descent.
All right, and then we got an X because we're not in range of the localizer yet.
1900 altimeter 3022.
Yeah, Riz, exactly. Yeah, go into heading, switch back, and then switch it back again.
1875.
That was my next strategy I was gonna follow, but luckily we got the heading change.
Continue climb 4099 at 5.
All right, they got us right on course too with that heading change. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit more. Oh, this is one of those weird ones where the plane moves independently and it's highlighted on the waypoint. So I'm gonna switch that to just use heading for now. Then we'll just use the arc, just so it's a little less confusing. I'm gonna have this one. It's fine. Either way will work just fine. All right. Left heading 240.
Turn left heading 120. Cleared visual approach at 1900.
Visual
Runway
approach.
30. Report runway in sight.
All right, report runway. Oh, that's not us. Oh, that's not us.
900 runway 10. Report runway in sight 1875.
We're 7050. All right. Good. I don't want the visual, even though we can still use the ILS for the visual, right? Okay, landing elevation is set over there. Descent checklist I did not go through. Flight, what's FWS? Flight something system. All right, let's just hit recall. I'll have to learn what that does in my own time. Landing elevation, 900 feet. According to the ILS, the airport elevation is 1,009 feet. So let's just set that manually. That said, FMS, nav, and performance. I did that stuff. DH and MDA are set. Arrival briefing. We're gonna land, I hope, everyone. I hope we're gonna land. From your pilot. I hope we're gonna make this landing. It's my first time. Haha. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, etc. All those common sayings that all simmers say. And I forgot the landing lights. Those are on now. All right, 5,600 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and slow us down a little bit.
1756. Contact Cleveland Center 132.4.
241 knots.
1756.
Landing is optional. I mean, this thing is really pretty though.
4617. Expect Charlie India November Charlie Echo 9 arrival ILS approach runway 36 center. Report when ready for descent. Expect Charlie India November Charlie Echo
She hand flies like a dream. Oh, really? Nice.
Runway
No plane has ever not landed.
4617.
Yeah, altimeter 30, 20, we got that in.
522. Clear Alpha Papa Echo. Arrival.
Are we going to stop at 4,000
Clear
feet?
Alpha Papa Echo. Arrival.
I am watching this
7522.
like a hawk right now.
4617. Ready for descent.
It says VNAV vertical speed, but I have it set selected altitude 4,000, altitude star, which I believe means it's capturing our altitude hold.
Descend 2,400. 4617.
And our gear speed is over here. Is it 185? Oh, lowering 170 and then 185 and 150 are our speeds.
Cleared to land 101875.
All right, there's the airport in front of us. We're going to overfly the airport at 4,000 feet, it looks like. We're going to descend to 3,000 to make our procedure turn. The protected side is the north side, so we're going to make a right turn to do that turn. And then we'll be back inbound on a 061 course. Intercept the localizer for the ILS 06 left? 06 left. This is one of those planes where I feel like, yeah, if I spend more time with it, I'll learn to love it. It's just so scary when you mess up starting the plane 5 times in a row and then that's just the start of the flight. You're like, oh man. Here we go. Loki's following in the velocity. It's like a bunch of you guys either landed or loaded in over here. She's a beauty. Yeah, it's very, very pretty. It does have some window seats as well, but for some reason in this livery, they're all like blanked out, and I don't know why. I can see that from the outside as well. Like you can barely see through them. And here, like, look, the windows are just painted over. So I don't know if this is like if it's meant to be like a, is that for cargo use or something? Maybe that's the reason. All right, we're at 186 knots. Let's check our next checklist if there is one. Normal procedures. Seatbelts, landing lights, those are both on. Altimeter set and check. We got 3020. Cabin altitude check over here. Cabin altitude's already down to 500 feet. And then next we're gonna have before landing. All right, there's the field, of course. We're still on the heading they assigned us, 240. Holding at 4,000 feet.
788, descend 2,600. Descend 2,600.
It's a freighter, the window. Oh, they are usually blocked. Oh, nice. We have passengers on though, so I guess I picked the wrong livery. Everyone's just in the dark. I didn't realize that they blocked out the windows like that. I guess in case they have sensitive cargo, like, you know, 5090 graphics cards, stuff like that. Things that the public's not ready to know about. Same with the 747s. Thanks for the wind, Delta. 40 degrees at 5 knots. Yeah, 040 at 5. That's what I see in Navigraph, and that's what we put in the FMS down here. Now, approach speed, I'm not sure. I guess just when we're on final approach, we just activate that just for our reference speeds to show up, I would guess, since it is part of the performance menu. I'm guessing that's just, I can probably hit it now, right? I'm just gonna hit it now. Okay, I can deselect it. Yeah, so we're manually controlling the speed, and then the speed target is being set here by the FMS, so it's showing 170 now, and we're at 185. Our gear down speed is 170, I believe, right over here. Extra lowering 170, retracting 160. And then we have approach flaps 185. So we could put our approach flaps down under 185 if we need to get our speed down before putting our gear down. And then landing flaps, full flaps at 150 knots.
Direct descend 5,156.
All right, there is Dayton. I'll have to use a different livery next time so we can get some nice external shots there. So let's see if there are what the preset drone camera spots are, or external spots. Wings. These are the best. I love the like under the plane camera angles like this. They're beautiful. Just so cool. Beautiful. Oh, those are all of them.
Visual approach at 1,900, runway 09, report runway in sight.
That's for someone else again.
Fly heading 025, cleared visual approach at 1,900, runway 09, report runway in sight 4070.
All right, so our next altitude is going to be 3,000.
November 7050 Charlie, contact Columbus
Okay, that's
approach,
us.
118.42.
All right, co-pilot, do your thing. I love the co-pilot option in FSHud.
050 Charlie.
I hope that that would be awesome if I assume like we'll see how Beyond ATC is when it comes out, since they're starting with IFR, but I hope there's a co-pilot option. I believe there is for Beyond ATC, but I just love the co-pilot option, especially when you're learning a plane like this and you're going to be flying you know, with a co-pilot in this plane realistically. So it's
descent 2,700, November 7050 Charlie.
all right. Fly heading 230 and descend 2,700. All right, 2,700. Can I VNav it down? Oh no, it looks like it only wants you to use VNav if you are using LNav. Anyway, let's just vertical speed it. Ground speed's 200. That'll give us 1,000 feet per minute for 3 degrees. We'll do 900 to be nice. All right, 900 feet per minute down. We're on a 230 heading. And I see the ILS there. So, and we're already set as our nav source is set. So we have the localizer needle shown here to our right. And they are giving us headings. So they're not telling us to do the reversal. They'll probably just give us a heading to turn all the way around. Yeah, they're having us do the reversal on the wrong side, according to the document.
050 Charlie, turn right heading 015, clear ILS, approach at 2,000.
All right, we need to slow down.
6 left, report established on localizer.
Right heading 015, cleared ILS, approach at 2,000.
All right, right heading 015.
Report established on localizer, November 7050
And report
Charlie.
established on the localizer. Once we get turned around to this heading 015 and 2,700 feet, report established on localizer. All right, 015, turn it all the way around. And we're getting alt star now. There's 015. Once we're more turned around, I'm gonna hit the approach button now. So we got localizer in blue, glide slope in blue, 173. Once we're straightened out, I will put the flaps down. Our missed approach is climbing left turn to 3,000 direct to the Dayton VOR. So we're in altitude hold mode. I'm going to set our selected altitude to go around now, 3,000. And sync our heading bug straight. We're not established on the localizer yet, but I'm going to get our gear down now. Gear, flaps, power management, set to takeoff. Done. All right, gear is down. 3 green. And flaps 1, so we have approach flaps set. Okay, intercepting the localizer, loc star. And glide slope's ready. Glide slope's 2 dots above. Climbed back up to 3,000. Oh, why did that happen? What the heck? That's so weird. We had altitude hold. Oh, that's so weird. It's changing it again. Why does it... Huh. Alright, we'll do vertical speed back down. That's so weird. When we were in altitude hold at 2,700 and I changed the selected altitude, why would it climb back up? Alright, we're almost established on the localizer. We're just off a little bit. Matt says I only do that when the glide slope captures because I never trust. Yeah, I usually do the same, but I was like, hey, it says altitude captured. All right, we're below 2 dots on the glide slope. 140 knots. Check our checklist down here. We got, I didn't do recall. I'm just gonna skip it. Landing elevation check, we did that earlier. FMS. Wait, that's descent. Why did it switch to that? Before landing is what we were on. Yes, flaps are checked. Takeoff. TLU low speed check. I believe that's up here. Oh, that's TRU. Oh, it says TLU low speed right here on the rudder. Don't know what that means, but we got it set. We can go full flaps 150. I'll do that as we get a little closer to the glide slope.
November 7050.
Actually, no, let's just do it now.
Established on localizer.
We'll be fully configured before we touch the glide slope. Probably a good idea. Glide slope star.
Continue approach.
All right, continue approach.
Continue approach. November 7050 Charlie.
Heading sync again. Glide slope star. Here comes the green diamond.
November 7050
Just watching our speed.
Charlie. Contact Dayton Tower 119.9.
Glide slope is captured.
119.
All right, now we'll do 3,000.
7050 Charlie.
Heading bug is synced. And there's the outer
Dayton
marker.
Tower, November 7050 Charlie. On final. 06 left.
All right, we got 7 knots of wind from the front right.
November 7050 Charlie. Wind 046 degrees at 5 knots. Clear to land.
All right, low
06
speed.
left.
Icing. No, external
Cleared
lights
to
on.
land. 06 left. November 7050
We're
Charlie.
good. All right, clear to land. 06 left. And we just need to bring our speed down to our approach speed, which was 101, and then whatever the speed after that was 99. I forget the abbreviation. It wasn't a VREF speed. It was some other acronym. All right, still on the glide slope. Our MDA is 1,200 feet. And we're at 2,200, so we got 1,000 to go. Gears all down, flaps all down. Thing is so pretty. All right, 111 knots. All right, we're at 1,800. I'm just gonna turn the autopilot off, yaw damper off. We'll just see how this thing feels. Nice, we got a nice front landing camera. I can't really see any speeds. This one's decent though. The down on the hat. 107 knots. We are below the glide slope. Big time. Adding power. Alright, back on glide slope. Pulling out power now.
500.
Way above the glide slope, a dot above.
Approaching minimum.
All right, 1,200.
200. Minimum. Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Landing landing
November
time logged.
7050 Charlie. When vacated, contact
Ouch.
ground 121.9.
Felt a
When
little
vacated,
hard.
Contact ground 121.9. November 7050
Whoa,
Charlie.
why is it pulling so hard? And as soon as I put the reversers on, which I really don't need, pulled really hard to the left. All right, I'm getting the airport diagram up. Looks like we have an exit here to our right. All right, that was I was up and down a lot in the glide, so that was not a great approach. I was like a full dot above, and then I almost, like, I got a speed warning there at the end. I was down to like 96 knots. Should have been more like 100. Nobody died. Well, you forget that we had no oxygen the entire flight, so unfortunately, I don't think that's true. Sorry, passengers. Good thing OnAir Company doesn't know about the oxygen status.
Dayton ground, November 7050 Charlie. Runway vacated with Bravo.
That looks pretty good.
7050 Charlie. Taxi to parking 725 Bravo Foxtrot Kilo. Hold short of runway 18.
Bravo Fox Kilo.
Taxi to parking 72 via Bravo Foxtrot Kilo. Hold short of runway 18.
All of the
November
taxiways are
7050
different letters, so
Charlie.
I'm just going to use the FSHud thing where it points me where to go. Okay, after landing, radar on standby. I believe that's automatic, right? TA only. Can I do that manually? Transponder, TCAS. Oh, there we go. TCAS on standby. Got it. Flight controls locked. Locked. Flap 0, I just did that. Reset trims. Okay, we're at up 1.4, so I'll change that down to 0. Landing and strobe lights off. Alright, pitch trim is set. Landing and strobes off. Beacon is on. Taxi lights on. I think nav can come off too, right? Anti and de-icing off, and then probe heating off and TRU off. Alright, that is these guys. And then TRU. I'll figure out what that means at some point. Okay, those are all off, off. Main supply, I can turn the oxygen off even though it's low pressure the whole time. After 2 minutes, CL1, is that CL1? Oh, condition lever 1, feather, then fuel shut off after 2 minutes. All right, let's get that brake off and then we'll just follow the signs here. Delta says, I successfully entered hotel mode. I'll be expecting ask me about my hotel mode t-shirt in the mail. So I assume that, so 2 minutes to shut off the left engine is just to save on taxiing, right? No need for 2 engines for taxiing. All right, we got 5,000 feet to go straight ahead according to the little, the pointy hand on FSHud. They got a good nap in on the flight, Jewel. Yeah, exactly. We're all on the other side waiting for you. I gotta follow the instructions, man. Wait, where are you guys? Oh, you guys are over there. Oh, I actually don't have to follow the instructions, do I? All right. You're right. Coming, boys. I'm coming. No, no, don't. You guys are all lined up looking good. So I'll just do a little off-road test here. I've done enough wrong in the ATR. What's a little off-road? Sean says TRU is a transfer rectifier unit. It's used to convert AC into relatively smooth DC. Ah, all right. I read the words, but I still don't understand. But I really appreciate you telling me what it is. Yeah, I know very little about electricity other than, do I have electricity or not? Just gonna find a spot behind every... Oh, I guess we're all getting in line here. Dude, that's a very nice line. Man, this thing turns really well, that's for sure. There we go. All right, parking brake on. Let's check the shutdown checklist. Parking checklist. Parking brake engaged, that's done. Taxi and takeoff lights. And feather control lever 2. I was already supposed to have feathered this one. Beacon, oh, beacon should still be on, I guess, while the engines are on. Taxi and takeoff light off. CL2 feather, beacon off, transponder on standby.
Dayton Cloud 5297885. Request pushback and startup. 52907. Pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. 529.
And the props in this thing are great. Just how they're animated, and you can see the pitch increasing. Or in this case, feathering.
52907. Taxi to holding point runway 36.
So it has us feather them and then turn the beacon off, even though the engines aren't fully stopped yet. That seems wrong. Shouldn't the beacon always be on when the props are moving? Transponder on standby. That's in here. ATC standby. Done. Tail prop on position. That's over here. I googled this yesterday, and this thing is just there, so when you're loading, the plane doesn't get too off balance. Is it supposed to have a wheel on it or no? Maybe not. It's just this big hang down in the back. I guess I'll put wheel chocks on. All right, and then we got seatbelts off. Probably turn this off. Or if leaving aircraft, there we go. Oxygen main supply I already turned off. Ice is already off. External lights are off. Emergency exit light and radar off. I already turned radar off. Disarm emergency exit light. Fuel shut off. Pumps 1 and 2 off.
Engine off.
I already opened the door.
The flight
Let
is
people
finished.
leave while the prop's still
It has
spinning.
been monitored by OnAir.
Okay, fuel pumps off. Oh, that's gone. And I'll just shut the battery off. Probably missed a couple things up there. 50 minutes. That's all it took, guys. 2 hours and 40 minutes into the stream. 50-minute flight complete. Feels great. All right, FSHud. FSHud is pretty good. I can't wait for the AI ATCs to be doing... Oh, this is the service door, I guess, which I guess I shouldn't have opened. Or is that the cargo door or the service door? Oh no, that's cargo door then. Interesting. Cargo in the front, passengers in the rear. But yeah, I can't wait for the AI ATC to do IFR. It's gonna be great. All right, let me get some screenshots here. Of course, look at us all lined up. This is the this got to be the most organized we've ever been. Operation success. Oh yeah, I gotta check my landing stats there. Beautiful. Now let's see what I got in OnAir. So all of that, I only got 1,600 credits. That's kind of a lot, considering I only have 10,000 to my name right now. Landing rate hard, 319 feet per minute. Oh, I think I was getting like 20 feet per minute, 25 feet per minute in the Comanche. This is going to take a lot more practice. The G-Force G's 1.3 also pretty hard. Not great. At least it's not very hard. And my landing speed was super low, 87 knots. Yeah, that was a boom. There was a sound. Somehow my reputation is positive. Sweet. Flight completed. Oh my god, that took forever. You guys are the most patient of all time. Thanks for all the help. Helping me get that thing started. I think my lesson is the checklists themselves are a challenge to understand. Even though I had a decent idea already of where most of the switches were and buttons I needed to get it started, obviously I have a million things to learn, but that was pretty fun. It's a very, very pretty plane. Oh, nice. Here comes Lake Pilot. And I didn't take the time to go look at Delta's plane either. So how many ATRs? We got me, Lake. Oh, who's right next to me? And 420. 420 Texas is here in the ATR. And then it looks like Cyber's in the ATR. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Lufthansa. I don't know if that's exactly what you have. Look at the... I love these bugs when it's prettier from far away than it is up close. Look how pretty it is. And Delta's blacked out livery. Just literally all black. Which is pretty much how I dress. Alright, looks good. Yo, you are on the Lufthansa. Nice. Alright, guys. Good stuff. Yeah, that black livery is nice. I think it's a flightsim.to one. And then Lake Pilot's in... Is this just the stock ATR one? Oh, he's in the ATR 42. The 42 instead of the 72. I should realistically fly the 42 instead of the 72. It's a lot shorter. But just because I'm a little desperate for money in OnAir Company, I wanted to fly the 72 since it can take a lot more passengers. So yeah, I think I can simplify things a little bit probably on the handling of it if I have the smaller one, the smaller variant. But had to go with the big one tonight. Just trying to earn that money. Sean says, I would hope Asobo would add Beyond to ATC as default ATC in 2024. I want them to, like, so because none of us have tried, well, maybe some people here on the beta, I'm not, because I haven't tried Beyond ATC, I don't have an opinion yet. I hope it's awesome. Because I've been using Say Intentions, I'm hoping that Beyond ATC is as good, at least as good as Say Intentions, because the voices in Say Intentions are so good. And that it's because it's AI and not canned stuff, you can say whatever you want to it. Like when we do the Mayday calls and when I ask it about coffee and stuff like that, or, you know, it gives you a pilot deviation, and, you know, it's pretty cool the stuff it can adapt to because it is making an AI call every single time, which is why it's expensive. But yeah, I hope, and the other thing is they've added that multiplayer feature, which is so awesome. Like it's this mix between automated ATC and multiplayer, like VATSIM feeling stuff, especially when you're on a CTAF frequency. I don't know, I'm really excited. I hope they just all merge, like the melting pot of all the good things, and then yeah, put it all in the sim for everybody. That would be the coolest thing. Heck, Microsoft could even charge extra for it, charge like a $5 a month AI enhanced ATC. Like obviously still improve the regular one, but because AI is expensive and they have AI products, I don't know, maybe if it makes sense for their business, because all of those calls are expensive, clearly. If they need to charge a few bucks a month for it, I don't know. Seems worth it. Hopefully it's just free for everybody, though. That would be incredible. Maybe not realistic, but... Alright, guys. That was a really fun flight. A really embarrassing start. And I'm looking forward to more of it on... I don't know about Thursday. We'll see. Thursday, I'm going to do the normal marketplace stuff. Maybe I'll do another impromptu flight tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. But I do want to learn this thing. It's pretty cool. And especially because I need to earn the money in OnAir Company. Anyway. Alright guys. Thanks so much for hanging out as always. and flying along and dealing with my my lack of knowledge in the ATR. The Mountain in the other room, thanks again for the 2 gifted memberships. Sierra, thanks for the $5 face reveal. And thanks to Daryl and AJ for the subs. And good to see the rest of you. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Delta, Raccoon, Cyber, Dude, Sierra, Soul, Sean, Jewel, Duderino, Matt, good to see all you guys. And I'll talk to you on Discord in between the streams, as always. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night. See ya. See ya.